This lesson is on section 10.5 titled Multiplying Monomials. So a monomial is a number or a variable or a product of a number and one or more variables. So I'm going to show you an example using the product of powers here. So what it's saying is we're taking 3 to the second power times 3 to the fourth power, okay? And all we have to do is we're going to keep the same base. So we're going to take the base of 3, and then what we're going to do is we're going to add 2 and 4 to make 6. So we can rewrite 3 to the second power times 3 to the fourth power into the monomial of 3 to the sixth power. So in this lesson, all we're doing is we're simplifying it into a base and an exponent by using that product of powers by just adding those exponents. So let's do an example here. It looks like the multiplication sign is gone here. So it says find 5 to the second power times 5 express using exponents. So when it says express using exponent, it means don't solve it. It means just pretty much simplifying this into one base and one exponent. So what we're going to do, because it has the same base, we're going to keep the bases the same. So we're going to keep the base of 5. And we're going to look at the powers. So we have 5 to the second power times 5. And there's really an imaginary 1 up here, 5 to the first power here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 5. And then it's going to be 2 plus 1 to the 2 plus 1 power. And that's going to reduce to 5 to the third power. That's my answer right there. Easy and as simple as that. The next example. So it looks a little trickier, but don't get too confused here. So it says negative 3 times x to the second power times 4x to the fifth power. Okay, so first let's deal with the bases here. Because we have different bases, we actually have to multiply these. So let's look at the difference here. The bases were the same, so we keep the bases the same. Here we're going to multiply. So we're going to do negative 3 times 4 is going to be negative 12. Okay, so now we have our base. Now what we're going to do is we have to deal with my x to the second power and x to the fifth power. Okay, so it's going to be negative 12, and we know we got to bring down that x. But now what power is it? Well, we're going to do 2 plus 5. So negative 12 x to the 2 plus 5 power. And we can simplify that to be negative 12 times x to the 7th power. And that's my final answer here. So again, we're going to be multiplying our numbers outside our base. Then we're going to include that base of x down here. And then we're going to add our 2 exponents to make our final exponent. Now it says find x to the fourth times x to the negative 2 or negative second power. Express using exponents. Again, we're not going to solve this all the way. All we're going to do is kind of think of simplifying it. So again, let's make this as easy as possible. You notice how there's a negative exponent this time. Don't treat this any differently. What we're still going to do is we're going to bring down that base of x. And then it's going to be x to the 4. And then it's going to say 4 plus negative 2. You can think about it that way. So this is going to simplify into x. 4 plus negative 2 is just 2. So this is going to simplify into x to the power of 2, or x squared. So again, this whole lesson is on multiplying those bases with different exponents. All we have to do is take those exponents and add them together. Simple as that. Make sure that you are referring to the power of the power of product of powers throughout this lesson. Thanks for watching.